Hello and welcome to an episode of TechOne. In this video we should be discussing the March 21st Apple special event. Okay, so in this video we are going to be discussing a number of things, mainly regarding the March 21st special Apple event. And we're going to begin with the 9.7-inch iPad Pro. So this is a new iPad Apple are bringing to the market. 9.7 inches, you probably heard of a similar device. Of course, the one you see before you hear. What you see here is the 9.7-inch iPad Air 2. And since the iPad first generation, we have seen 9.7-inch screens in all of the iPads, of course, up until the 12.9-inch iPad Pro, and of course the 7.9-inch iPad Mini introduced in 2012. Now, what's interesting with this new 9.7-inch iPad Pro is we see a 12 megapixel camera, more or less lifted straight from the iPhone 6s. So you have seen this before, capable of 4K video at 30 FPS. And again, specs we've already seen in previous Apple products. However, what we of course do get the addition of, due to this 12 megapixel camera lifted more or less straight from the iPhone 6s, is of course live photos, a feature which is debatable in terms of whether it's needed. However, of course, is nice to have. And let's not forget we do get True Tone Flash. However, a problem that was of course brought up in the iPhone 6 when this was originally released is that protruding camera lens. So we have not seen the end of this. This is now back and is now on the 9.7-inch iPad Pro. I should of course also mention, as the iPad Pro now has the camera of the iPhone 6s, we do not gain optical image stabilization. However, we do gain the ability to record in 1080p at 60 fps and slow-mo at 240 fps, not forgetting of course the 120 fps in 1080p. We do also gain the 5 megapixel front-facing camera from the iPhone 6s series, capable of 720p HD video recording, and the Retina Flash feature previously introduced in September of last year. However, one of the headline features of the 9.7-inch iPad Pro is the True Tone display, which uses light sensors to gauge an idea of the atmosphere in which the iPad is being used, and adjust the warmth of the display to create a paper white effect. Finally, the 9.7-inch iPad Pro introduces for the first time to the iPad series the rose gold or pink colour variant to the iPad range, allowing more customers to further personalise their iPad. Okay, so moving on to the new iPhone announced on Monday, this of course being the iPhone SE. The iPhone SE features the same cameras, processor, amount of RAM and general internals and specs of the iPhone 6s. However, keeps the shell of the iPhone 5s with one minor tweak, this being of course the addition of the matte chamfered edges, most likely to avoid scratches. Now, speaking of internals, the iPhone SE features the A9 chip previously seen in the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus, meaning the iPhone SE has twice the CPU performance of the iPhone 5s, released in September 2013, and 3 times the GPU performance of the iPhone 5s. As well as this, the iPhone SE features the same 12 megapixel shooter found in the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus, capable of recording video in 4K at 30 fps, 1080p at 30 fps, 1080p at 60 fps, and of course 720p at 30 fps. And let's not forget we do see an increase in battery life, which is fortunate considering one of the most complained about features, or lack thereof, of the iPhone on the whole would be, of course, lack of battery life. Finally, the addition of the rose gold colour to the iPhone SE ensures maximum customer personalisation. This, coupled with the beloved design of the iPhone 5 series, which makes the phone look slightly retro, and the fact the iPhone SE is only £360, or starts at £360, or $400 US, this truly makes the perfect phone for those who prefer the smaller end of the smartphone spectrum, or simply do not want to spend a particularly large amount of money on an iPhone. I must not, of course, forget about the feature to Apple Pay with this new phone. Of course, let's not forget, as well as on top of that, this phone is also capable with being paired to your Apple Watch. So if you've got an Apple Watch and you're on a 5 or later, and you perhaps want this iPhone SE, don't think that that having an Apple Watch is ruled out. Generally then, not a great deal else was mentioned at the 2016 Apple March event. All it is to be noted is that the Apple Watch Sport has seen a notable £40 or $50 reduction in price in order to make the Apple Watch Sport and Apple Watch in general more accessible to customers. A new nylon band, or rather a range of new nylon bands, have been added for the Apple Watch range, of which there will be a link to the description below for. Also, Apple spoke briefly about their environmental schemes and an interesting piece of engineering called Liam, a machine designed to effectively deconstruct your iPhone when the time comes. So, to sum up, the Apple 2016 March event saw the announcement of the new iPhone SE starting at £359, which is available to pre-order on the 24th of March, ready for its release in early April. New nylon bands have been added for the Apple Watch range. A reduction in price of the Apple Watch Sport has been noted, as well as the announcement of the new 9.7-inch iPad Pro. Stay tuned to TechOne for your tech insights as often as possible, and don't forget to hit that like button and be sure to subscribe.